What if I told you that there are military machines so gigantic, so absurdly extreme, that it will be hard for you to believe they actually exist? We are not talking about ordinary tanks or fighter jets, but about steel colossi, ships that fly skimming the waves, amphibious vehicles that move across swamps as if they were highways, transporters so enormous they can carry entire armies, and projects so massive they look like they were designed by aliens. Today, on TechZNX, you will discover the 7 heaviest, most extreme, and surreal military machines on the planet. Machines that look like madness, but changed military history forever. Let's begin. Top 7. Zuber, Class LCAC hovercraft. Imagine a steel beast over 70 meters long that does not need roads or ports to deploy troops. The Zuber, known as the largest military hovercraft ever built, is a floating fortress capable of sliding over the sea, sand, mud, or even minefields. Its secret lies in its gigantic fans that inflate an air skirt under the craft, literally allowing it to float above any surface at speeds surpassing 100 kilometers per hour. In minutes, it can leave the water, climb onto the beach, and unload 3 main battle tanks, or up to 500 fully equipped soldiers ready for combat. But the shocking part is that it is not just a transport. It is armed with multiple rocket launchers, automatic cannons, and anti-aircraft systems. That means while it disembarks troops, it can bombard enemy positions and open fire on coastal defenses. Picture it, a steel monster emerging from the horizon, roaring with the sound of turbines, advancing like a predator unstoppable by waves or sand. The Zuber class LCAC is not just a vehicle, it is amphibious assault turned into a machine. Top 6. PTSM amphibious vehicle. On the modern battlefield, not everything is won with tanks and missiles. Sometimes the key is to move tons of armor and troops across swamps, rivers, or destroyed zones where no land vehicle could advance. That is why the PTSM was born, a colossus that looks like a hybrid between a tank and a ship, designed to take war anywhere. Weighing more than 20 tons with a load capacity of over 10, this giant can carry anything from a light tank to 50 fully armed soldiers. Its sealed hull and massive tracks make it an amphibious titan capable of crossing raging rivers, gliding over deep mud, and climbing from water straight onto shore without losing speed. Its true power is versatility. The PTS-M does not just move troops. It hauls artillery, missiles, or vital supplies right through bombardments. Its diesel engines push it to speeds no amphibious vehicle of its era could match, and its simple, rugged design allows it to endure extreme conditions without failing. Now, imagine a convoy under fire trying to cross a river. Where others would sink, the PTSM keeps going, loaded to the limit, tearing through water with its tracks like blades, while its armored hull withstands the hits. Not glamorous, not famous, but absolutely decisive. The PTSM turned nature's obstacles into puddles. Top 5. BMPT Terminator. In a battlefield ruled by tanks and heavy artillery, few machines inspire as much fear as the BMPT Terminator, built for one mission only, to protect Russian tanks in brutal urban combat. Think of a machine that fuses the best of a tank with the best of infantry fighting vehicles, and then multiply the firepower by 10. That is the Terminator, a rolling arsenal bristling with 2 30mm cannons, 4 Ataka anti-tank missiles, automatic grenade launchers, and heavy machine guns. It can level buildings, crush fortifications, and wipe out entire squads in seconds. Its true extremity lies in its role. While a T-90 tank smashes heavy targets, the Terminator prowls beside it, hunting soldiers, rocket teams, and drones. It is the lethal bodyguard of steel giants. Its reinforced armor shrugs off small arms and IED blasts, while its ability to fire while moving makes it a predator that never stops. In the ruins of a city, it fires, advances, destroys, and fires again, all at once. The The BMPT Terminator proves that in modern war, tanks are not enough. You need a monster designed to turn ambushes into infernos of fire and steel. Top 4. Dora Railway Gun. In the history of heavy war machines, few creations were as colossal and surreal as Dora, built by Nazi Germany in World War II. This was no ordinary cannon. It was a mobile city on rails, built to fire shells so massive they could shatter fortresses like glass. Dora weighed over 1,300 tons and stretched more than 30 meters long. Its barrel, a steel tube of 80 centimeters caliber, could launch shells over 7 tons each to almost 47 kilometers away. Each shot could annihilate a bunker, pierce meters of reinforced concrete, or erase a barracks from the map instantly. Operating it was a nightmare. More than 3,000 men, reinforced railways, and hours just to load and aim. But once it fired, destruction was absolute. Dora was unleashed against Soviet fortifications in Sevastopol, tearing apart defenses once thought indestructible. Though impractical in fast warfare, its sheer existence proved humanity could build weapons so absurdly large they bordered on impossible. It was not just a cannon, it was a rolling steel monster, proof of how far megalomania in war could go. Top 3. Lun-class ekranoplan. Now imagine an impossible hybrid, part airplane, part ship, part alien spacecraft. That was the Soviet Lun-class ekranoplan, the Caspian Sea monster, one of the strangest and most colossal military machines ever built. This beast stretched over 70 meters and weighed nearly 400 tons. It looked like a giant aircraft, but it flew only 4 meters above the water, riding on ground effect lift at speeds up to 500 kilometers per hour. Too low for radar, too fast, and big for ships to counter. And its weaponry? 6 supersonic Mosquet missiles, each capable of sinking an aircraft carrier with a single hit. The Lun was designed to appear out of nowhere, unleash hell, and vanish over the horizon like a phantom. It needed a crew of more than 15 men, and its presence alone in the Caspian Sea terrified fleets. Only one was ever built, never used in combat, but its futuristic design still looks decades ahead of its time. The Lun was a winged sea predator, proof of how far the Soviets would go in the Cold War to outdo the West. Top 2. IMR-3M. If there is one machine that looks straight out of science fiction, it is this one. A beast of military engineering built not to attack, but to conquer terrain itself. Based on the chassis of the fearsome T-90 tank, it has the same heavy armor to resist missiles and artillery. But what makes it unique is its extendable hydraulic arm with a claw and excavator bucket, capable of tearing down walls, moving wrecked vehicles, or dismantling fortifications like cardboard. Add to that a massive bulldozer blade in front, built to crush barricades, carve paths through ruined cities, or clear minefields in record time. Where others stall, the IMR-3M plows forward like an armored juggernaut. It can work under direct fire, blast obstacles with controlled charges, dig trenches, and even build makeshift crossings in minutes. A war machine of extreme engineering, the Joker card that turns impossible battlefields into highways for tanks. The IMR-3M does not launch missiles or bombs, but its power is just as devastating. Without it, armies are trapped. With it, they roll forward like unstoppable rivers of steel. Top 1. Landcruiser P-100 Ratte. And finally, the ultimate colossus. A monster so gigantic it sounds like a myth. Yet it was real on Nazi design tables. Conceived as the largest armored vehicle ever imagined, the Ratte would dwarf even today's Abrams or Leopards. Picture this: 1,000 tons of armored steel, a body 135 meters long and 55 meters wide, crawling like a moving city on tracks. Too massive for bridges, it would have carved its own paths by crushing everything in its way. Its armament was even more insane: 2 380mm naval guns, the same as on battleships, capable of pulverizing entire cities with a single shot. On top of that, secondary cannons, countless anti-aircraft guns, and heavy machine guns. Inside, space for over 100 crew members, colossal ammo stores, and massive diesel generators to give it motion, though only at 40 kilometers per hour. But speed was irrelevant. Its sheer size meant no land weapon of its era could destroy it. The Ratte never left the drawing board because it was too absurd, a resource-eating fantasy. But its concept embodies the ultimate limit of military megalomania. A steel titan, half-tank, half-battleship, meant to crush nations under its shadow. It stands as a warning. When ambition runs unchecked, war machines can reach the edge of madness. And there you have it, the 7 most extreme military heavy machines ever imagined or built. From amphibious beasts devouring swamps, to railway cannons flattening fortresses, to tanks so huge they could have rewritten history. They prove that when war pushes engineering to its limits, the result is not vehicles, but monsters of steel that defy logic, as if created by minds from another world. Do you think any of these beasts could have been successful in real combat? Or were they nothing more than symbols of humanity's madness to push war to the extreme? Let us know in the comments. We want to hear from you. And do not forget to subscribe to TechZNX, because what is coming will blow your mind even more.